I'm Agnes and welcome to the first Rodian design vlog ever made. As you can maybe see on my face and my reactions, I'm extremely excited about this vlog and very embarrassed at the same time, because this is the first occasion dealing with anything like this. I mean, talking to a camera and talking to you out there. And I know it's an online thing and we are not physically together, but still it's a type of embarrassing thing for me to do, as it is a little bit out of my comfort zone. But yeah, I really would like to start this new chapter of my business and of my career, to create vlogs for you guys to get a bit closer. And I really would like you to get to know me better, and I would like to know you better as well. So fingers crossed. As I mentioned, you guys, this is a Rodian design vlog. What is Rodian design anyway? Rodian design is my own brand. Basically, that's my studio and shop, my online studio and shop. I'm Agnes and I'm a freelance graphic designer and illustrator. Having my online studio and shop to create illustrations and illustrated products in the shop part of Rodian design, and at the same time I take commissions, graphic commissions like branding, logo design, book covers and so on. If you visit my website, you are going to see it in details what I'm exactly dealing with. So yes, this is me, a freelance graphic designer and illustrator. And sorry, I just have to take some moments off, because it's a bit hard for me to keep it in mind what I would like to talk about, but as maybe you can see, I'm taking a look at that direction because I have a paper there to keep the line not to forget what I would like to talk about. So yeah, basically a little bit about what I'm doing as a graphic designer and illustrator. As I mentioned, there are two parts of my brand, Rodian Design. One is the studio, where I design for you guys what you would like to have, like logo designs, brand identities, brand styles, house styles. I don't know from where you are from, so there are more expressions for this type of something. Basically it's branding altogether. And yeah, I'm also dealing with package design and book covers, also editorial type of stuff. So anything basically which can a graphic designer do, I can do it for you. However, if you visit my online studio, which I will leave the link for below, you are going to see that my services do not contain everything in the whole world, and it's not because I can't do them, but because I really do think that I'm just trying to find the perfect expression or phrase for that, but I think less is more. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So less is more, and I don't want to do everything, but I would like to be really good at less things, but really good in them. So that's why you are going to find less graphic services in my studio than I could do basically. However, of course, if it's needed, it can be included in the package you choose. Anyway, the other part of Rodian Design is my shop, where you can buy cute things like prints and tote bags, mugs, frame pictures, pajamas, and so on, designed with my own illustrations. Mostly cute animals, but I also have some other stuff around, and they are categorized. So basically you are going to find things categorized for Easter, for Christmas, for friends, in the topic of music or things like those. So that's it. That's my online studio and shop. And of course, I'm on Facebook and Instagram and here on YouTube. So now, as I introduce myself and described what I'm doing in brief, I would like to tell you some personal details in connection with myself, just because, as I told you, I would like you to get closer to me, and I really would like you to get closer to me. I mean, get to know each other, and not just to see, you know, a blank page when you click on Rodian Design, but I would like you to know who is the person behind the illustrations, who is the person who is dealing with your commission, with your branding, and who is the person who takes the telephone, who writes emails, who wraps your packages, and so on. So the first thing, which I think is important, is that I'm based in Budapest at the moment. However, my hometown is Pécs, which is one of the most beautiful little towns in the whole world. And I don't say it just because I'm from there, but of course it is because I'm from there, but otherwise I would say the same thing. So if you don't know where is it, Pécs is in the southern part of my country, and it's surrounded by some hills called Mecsek, which is an extremely beautiful area there. It's so close to the city, and it's surprisingly beautiful, guys. So if you ever have the opportunity to go to Pécs, visit my hometown, my tiny little hometown, because there are certain cultural options there. You can go to theater, there are festivals all year long, mostly in autumn, but there are also summer festivals, cultural festivals, wine festivals, music festivals. Plenty of options to choose from. Just like you can go to Orfű, which is such a beautiful place. It's, let's say, quite close to Pécs, and yeah, there you can swim, you can go on a trip, you can do horse riding, a lot of stuff. There is also a mill, a paper mill in Orfű, which we visited last year. It was amazing. You can also have a tour guide. So if you're interested in paper mills and you like good coffee, you should definitely visit the Orfű mills. You can also bake bread there, but that's another type of activity. So yeah, Pécs is an amazing place. You can go there any time of the year, but I think the best one is in autumn because of the forests around, as it becomes, you know, extremely colorful and a dreamy, like fairy tale place. So if you have the time and the effort to visit a little southern gem in Hungary, then it's definitely a good choice to go to Pécs. So that's my hometown, and yeah, at the moment, as I mentioned, I'm living in Budapest with my boyfriend Rudi and my cat Ban, Zsömle in my language, in Hungarian, but in English it's something like Ban. So yeah, I love them so much, and they are my biggest support and love package in everyday life. A big cat fan, guys. Anyway, I love dogs and I love all the animals, like rats too, and I don't know, birds and guinea pigs and so on, but cats are wonderful. So, as I mentioned you guys, at the moment I'm based in Budapest, which is the capital city of Hungary, and yeah, it's quite a good tourist destination all year long, so you can visit me anytime if you would like to. And yeah, basically I moved here from Pécs because there was no there were no job opportunities for me in Pécs anymore, and I really wanted to step forward and to see the world around. And that's why basically I left my hometown and I came here to Budapest approximately 9 years ago, something like that. So yeah, I've been living here for 9 years, guys, which is such a long time, I have to say. So Budapest became my second home, and really it's not just a second one. I mean, the city itself is my second home, but the flat and the home in which I'm living with my boyfriend Rudy and with my cat Ban, Zsömle in Hungarian, is my home, I think. So yes, this is my home, and if you would like to come to Budapest, you are welcome very much. Yeah, as an interesting fact about me, which is I think quite personal, is that I'm having insulin resistance. If you don't know what is that, guys, in brief, it's a type of diabetes, and it's a genetic heritage from my mom, which I didn't know about for 7 years. And almost 2 years ago, yeah, it's going to be 2 years in September this year. So it was almost 2 years ago when I was diagnosed with this illness. Basically, it's not considered to be an illness, but I have to say that it is. So yeah, I was diagnosed with this thing almost 2 years ago, and before that I visited a lot of doctors and I was struggling so much with certain quite serious symptoms, guys. And I'm now extremely happy that I know what's the problem and therefore I can solve the problem. So I think it's quite an important detail about me that I'm having insulin resistance, because that's an everyday type of task for me. I'm on a strict diet all the time, and yeah, I would have to exercise more. I admit that's my fault, that basically I do not exercise enough because I'm working a lot, guys. And when you have 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week, or at least 6, it's something that doesn't really fit in your schedule. So yeah, that's my fault anyway, but I promised myself yeah, I promised myself, sorry, just my telephone rang. Anyway, I got some emails. So yeah, it's my fault, but it's in the plan, the schedule, you know, which I'm going to talk about a bit later, to do exercises frequently, not every day, but at least 4 or 5 times a week. Yeah, I have done that. So yeah, so yeah, it's on my plan list to exercise at least 4 or 5 times a week, but I really have to fight for that time to have it for this type of activity. Yeah, so long story short, I'm having insulin resistance, but I'm fine. So I'm doing this whole thing, like having this strict diet and trying to move more and trying to exercise more, to avoid taking pills, having medication, having injections, you know, insulin injections. I don't want to do anything at all in my life. So I guess it's much better to prepare yourself and to avoid these options. So take care of yourselves, and yeah, if you have struggles like headaches, period problems, gaining weight without any reason and things like those, please visit your endocrinologist and find out what's the problem, because I can't recommend you enough, and I can't tell you how much it changes your everyday life when you can get better. And of course, it's something which is for your future. I mean, how you are going to deal with your health 20, 30 years later. So never miss an occasion with your general practitioner or specialist if you have some healthcare issues. Please, guys, really. Yeah. So, yeah, other things, I guess, which are, yeah, average stuff, like my hobbies or what I like to do in my free time, which I don't have at all. But yeah, I really love books. Basically, I love novels, so classical literature like Emily Bronte, for example, or Charlotte Bronte. I love them so much. Or classics like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. So really like literature type of stuff. I like that so much. But in case of books, I really love professional books as well, guys. So I'm also planning some vlogs in connection with professional books, you know, some recommendations and things like those. Yeah, just get through first this vlog and then we are going to see. So yeah, I love reading books in my non-existing free time. Basically that's the most common thing I do, and learning. I mean, yeah, I could consider this type of activity work time as well, but I really like learning in my free time and studying new things. Like, for example, for this year, that's another thing from my list which I'm going to share you in a few minutes. So one thing which is on my list for this year is to learn how to use a video editing program. And yeah, I'm so excited to start this because of course it's in connection with my vlogs as well, to make it even more precise and more unique. So for this type of thing, I really need the knowledge how to use certain types of video editing programs, which can offer you a wide variety of options and editing. I don't know how to call it, editing stuff, okay? Yeah, so learning in your free time, I guess, is something which can be done along a lifetime. So it's something which I really recommend everyone to do if you are interested in anything. It can be anything, basically, and don't forget that you are never too old to learn new things, guys. At least that's what I think, and I think it's really true. So, there's nothing like, for example, oh, I'm too old to go to school back, or I'm too old to learn something online or to do it from home, stuff like that. It's really something which can be done anytime in your life, and it doesn't depend on your age, but it depends on your curiosity and your will. So yeah, I just tell it to you because, okay, I'm not a retired person, but but I'm 35 years old, and usually people learn their profession or go to university at the age of 18 or 20, and then they learn what they wanted to learn, and at the age of 25 at last they start their career, or even earlier. However, in my case, I started learning graphic design at the age of 29, 28, 30, I don't know, somewhere like that. And I didn't think that I'm too old to learn new things. So yeah, long story short, be brave and don't let yourself hide from what you would like to learn, even if you are 70 years old, okay? Yeah, so what I like, learning in my free time, reading books. I'm keen on stationery, guys. So I'm a stationery fan, a mad fan, and therefore I'm having a lot of notebooks in which I'm writing all the time. I mean, I have my planner, which I'm having for everything. So without my planner, I can't do anything. I also have a separate notebook for client work. I have a separate notebook for writing blog articles. Yes, guys, by hand. So I'm not typing everything on my computer. I'm having notebooks and I'm taking notes. Yeah, so I have a lot of notebooks around which I'm using, and I write a lot with my tiny little hands because I love that. And I think writing, even if it's just taking notes or sticky notes, for the fridge and things like those. So anyway, writing is something which makes you it improves your creativity, and yeah, basically you will not forget how to write with a pen. So I know a few people for who it is already so weird to use a pen to write down anything. So yeah, that's the thing which is weird for me. Anyway, so stationery fan, and for me a stationery shop is something like a candy shop or a sweets store, when you go inside and I have to touch everything, I have to smell everything. Yeah, I love the smell of books and I love the smell of stationery, of paper and things like those. So yeah, stationery fan. If you are a stationery fan, guys, leave me some comments below what you really like. I'm really interested in your opinion. What are the products or what are the things that you really like in connection with stationery or from the variety of stationery goods? Yeah, and of course I'm very lucky because I'm doing something as my job, which could be a hobby as well. So I really like painting, drawing, writing as well. So these are free time activities which I basically don't do in my free time but during my work time. Not every time, because a lot of administration is needed to lead a business. So yeah, I have to find a balance somehow to have enough time for drawing, and not just drawing to have a new collection, but drawing as experimenting without any rules or without any aim, basically just to practice or to find out new solutions, things like those. So yeah, I would like to really have more time for these types of activities. And as for the blog itself, just to finish this part of my monologue, let's say, I really would like to make these vlogs interesting and exciting for you guys, and not just from the aspect of I don't know, having tutorials and things like those, but really to have something which includes everything which can be included when you are a graphic designer or illustrator, when you are a small business owner. So for the long run, my aim is to have vlogs which deal with artistic questions, educational stuff, like, as I mentioned, you some professional book recommendations, or talking about the tiny little tricks of creating graphic designs or illustrations, and also the behind the scenes stuff, behind a small business, behind being part of the creative industry and things like those. So I hope you are going to enjoy these vlogs, and I hope that even if this one was the first vlog ever for me to create, it wasn't so dull, and it wasn't something which you would consider weird. And yeah, I really hope that we are going to get a bit closer and we are going to get know each other a bit better, and I hope you are going to like how I create my stuff and what I'm creating. Anyway, if you would like to support me and my work, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can find my Instagram page as well and my Facebook page. I linked everything below in the description box, so yeah, you are going to find there everything and every place where you can find me, or just jump in my online studio and shop, take a look at what I'm doing, and then you decide if I am worth to follow or not.